Excuse me. Hey guys. Sorry I'm getting on super late tonight. It was, things, plans change and stuff, so. Had a party going on at the house that was supposed to end earlier, but, there's always, cleanup and people lingering and stuff, so. Been dealing with that, so, yeah, I was going to get on a lot earlier, because I kind of foolishly thought things were going to be done earlier, but, yeah, we'll be hanging out for a little bit, doing some pretty casual stuff. Doing some doodling, gonna do some doodling now. Some just sketchbook work, using a different pen. And, probably gonna do some more of those, thank you comic book drawings I've been doing, because I still got a bunch of those to do, because a ton of people have come out and bought my comic book online, which I'm like, thanks guys. I know that, people coming off the stream and going and buying it, and just, yeah, just really happy about that. You guys are awesome. So I got a lot of those to do, but I'm always happy to do those because it's for you guys. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they should be. I've been kind of sitting on them for a little while because I've been busy with a lot of other stuff too. So I've been getting one or two of the thank you drawings done in the books per day, but I want to wait until they're all done to send them out, all at once. It's just it's more convenient for me because I'm not super close to the post office, so the fewer trips I have to make out there, the better it is for me. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Any weekend's a good weekend. And, yeah, good. I mean, busy, but, good busy, My weekend has been busy, but good busy. Doing a lot of stuff, but, you do a lot of stuff even if it's fun stuff, you get, tired, and it wears on you just like anything else does. But, good stuff. Good stuff. Celebrating, got birthdays and baby showers, lots of just eventful stuff going on. But all good stuff, like I said. Yeah. So how it is when you got stuff like that going on. I want to try to get on the stream at a reliable time, and I'll try to give you guys a heads up as much as I can. But plans change, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, do my best. You may notice I don't have any music on right now, and I did want to talk about that a little bit, just to kind of not only just to vent, but kind of see what you guys think about a couple things. I've been putting the recordings of my streams up on YouTube, and being a new YouTube user, I've never posted anything on YouTube before doing these periscope streams. I was very naive, and so a lot of the music I was playing was getting copyright flags on YouTube, and in most cases causing it so that the videos weren't able to be viewed at all. And so YouTube has a new beta service that when a copyright claim has been made, it's an automatic editing will go in and basically record white noise or something over the song track to make it so that you can't really hear it, so it's not really, so it doesn't I don't know how to describe it, so it won't validate the copyright of the song. And it was kind of frustrating because some of the video, it's still a service that's in beta, so it doesn't work perfectly, and some of the videos I couldn't remove some of the songs in question, so I lost one of my videos entirely because I don't want to upload it. The only other option would be to upload it muted, and I really don't want to do that. It kind of defeats the entire purpose, I think. So from now on, and this is what I wanted to ask you guys about. I'm either going to be drawing with no music and just trying to fill the dead air with more of my hopefully wondrous voice, or and I don't know if this will actually work because of how the royalty-free music works. Playing royalty-free music during the streams. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because, I mean, even the royalty-free music, like, if at some point, you know, like, I want to monetize the channel or whatever, you know, that might cause some issues for those videos. Even if I didn't want to, like, run ads on those videos, like, I wouldn't want to, like, cause issues for any reason. But yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of, like, feeling things out, and that's just a testament to how new I am at this. And, like, I appreciate you guys' patience and stuff. Like, it may, like, if it's, you know, if it's boring without music, then let me know. Or if I'm going, like, long periods of time without talking, which I'm going to try to avoid, even if it means I just have to, like, talk about nonsense, then, yeah, like, I welcome your feedback. I welcome your ideas. So, yeah, don't be afraid to let me know. Actually, I'm going to turn my fan up really quick. It's pretty warm in here right now. There we go. I mean, like, and somebody did suggest, like, wearing headphones, and, like, that would work for me, but it might be, like, more distracting for me, because, like, if I'm hearing music, I'm not going to feel, like, the need to fill the, you know, like, dead air is what they call it, like, on the radio. If there's no sound, it's dead air. And I do want to shoot for something that's as entertaining, as informative as possible, so I don't want to have just, like, a lot of silence. Even if you guys, like, I'm super stoked that, like, you guys just want to come to watch me draw, and if that's what you're here for, then, like, thank you. I appreciate that. But I also want to make it, you know, like, a pleasant experience for you, as much as I possibly can. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I was just kind of, like, just really frustrated about that. Not necessarily because, like, the copyrights are unfair or anything like that, because, you know, for the most part, it's pretty fair and understandable, but mostly because of, like, my naivete. And I just, like, I should have thought of that. And, like, I even, like, heard about it before, and I'm just kind of like, nah. That guy did a stupid. So, yeah. But, yeah, so tonight I'm doing, like, a little warm-up. Just working on some sketchbook. Like, I worked on some stuff earlier, off camera. Ooh, I could just say that now. I feel so fancy off camera. But, it was like some pretty boring, like, lettering and stuff like that. But I didn't stream because, like I said, there was a party, so, like, people were setting up and stuff, and it was just kind of noisy. And, people moving around a lot. And I was getting up every, you know, like, 5 minutes, and so it would have been, like, a really awful stream. But, I was just, like, getting frustrated earlier today for a lot of reasons. Like, I was tired, I was up late last night, and, like, I had to eventually just, like, say, like, yeah, I gotta quit and, like, go take a nap, because I was just zapped, you know, like, almost falling asleep at my desk. So I had to take some of my own advice and, like, take a break and go recharge and come back to it later. Yeah, naps. I mean, I used to be one of those people that, like, hated naps. And, like, I was like, I could be doing, like, anything other than napping, you know? Like, I felt like napping was a waste of time. And then I had a kid, and I was like, I don't know how people survive without naps. Because when you have a kid, and, like, the first year, they're up in the middle of the night all the time, and, man, it's like, just, it tests you. It tests you in, like, every way. Pushes your patience and, like, your body to the limits. It's crazy. It's crazy. Totally rewarding. I'm not saying it's, like, totally awful, but man, what an experience. And tonight I'm drawing with the good old Pilot G-Tech C4. It's arguably the best rollerball pen ever. It's praised by many artists for its unique feel, and I mean, it's just a great pen. They can be kind of hard to find. The localization in the U.S. is, like, just getting off the ground because the demand has like spiked over the last few years for them from artists and pen enthusiasts alike. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's often compared to the Slicky, and I think it's honestly like the simplicity of it, like the simplicity of the barrel and the tip, and like you can see like the ink reservoir on this thing is like massive. It's not the size of a regular ball pen. It's like, it's wide, holds a ton of ink. Like this one pen has lasted me like 3 or 4 months, and that's of like probably, that's pretty regular use. And you can get these on like jetpens.com, Amazon. I've even found them in stores, like some higher end art stores carry them. But you normally find them in sets with like one black pen and like 5 other colors. And the colors are really great actually, like don't be fooled. Like all of the ink works really well, but like sometimes I just want to buy like 3 or 4 black ones, and you can find them on Amazon or JetPens like I said. And it's just a really great pen to draw with. It's got such a good feel, and it's just a great tool. I can't recommend them enough. It's also one of the things that I like every couple months. It's like it'll be all I draw with for a period of time. They're super slick, super fine. Yeah, I can't talk about them enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I napped today. Like I just took a 30-minute nap. Like I set my alarm and took a 30-minute nap, and that made all the difference. So don't underestimate naps, man. Like it's the difference between like being pissed off and like doing really like subpar work and like just being on your game 100%. But to make a long story short, I was just like I needed to like draw for me a little bit, so I'm doing some self-indulgent stuff. Gotta take care of yourself. It's important. Especially like I'm not even that old, but like as I get older, like I feel that I feel like I'm falling apart a little bit more each day, and that like the realities of like being trapped in a physical body that needs sleep and food or just get like more severe and more prevalent. The curse of mortality. Yeah, if you're looking for like a different pen to draw with, like you've tried a bunch of stuff and like you're not really like finding, this is always a really good pen to try, and to like see if you like it, because I know so many people that like just love this pen and love drawing with it, and especially a lot of people that like like have drawn a lot with like microns or other like felt tip so-called like drawing pens or technical pens, and like want something that has that kind of like thin line but with like a slightly different feel on the paper. Like try out one of the G-Tech C's. I know a lot of people that use them with markers. They're not super waterproof. Like they will smear a little bit, so you have to be kind of careful when using like markers or shading or anything. Most of the people that I know that do use them a lot and like color with them will actually do the pen second. Like they'll color first and then do the pen on top of it. From what I hear, and I don't really do this, so this is hearsay. So it draws really nicely on top of stuff that's already been colored, because it's a roller ball. It lets out like a fixed amount of ink, so it won't, if the paper texture is compromised by like marker or watercolor, it won't like get fuzzy.
Hey, I picked
if you draw over it.
in your house. Oh, sorry.
That's fantastic. I thought you were asleep.
Yeah, bye.
That was my wife, if you guys heard that. Yeah, that's the worst. When any pen gets clogged. It's just like really frustrating. Yeah, I've had the same problems with pressing down too hard. And this is a pen you actually have to be pretty careful with that. Like it's pretty sturdy for the most part, but if you really like get down on it, you can bend the tip. But I did a lot of like trying to like loosen up myself, as far as like putting pressure on the pen, and like I kind of like do it cheat by drawing faster. Like the faster you draw, the less pressure you're putting on the pen, and that has worked really well for me. And like just in general, like not necessarily like just trying to draw super fast, but like not, I don't know, like not trying to be like super perfect with the lines. Because when I used to draw, like for example, like when I would draw too hard, I would like go really slow and like trying to get the line really perfect. And to do that, I would be pressing into the paper to get the pen to like move side to side less. But if you move fast, it's kind of like you don't have to move super fast, but just keep the pen moving. And that helps you not like cut into the paper as much. I saw that comment, sleep is for the weak, and I was actually just talking about how that as you get older that becomes increasingly less true. Less and less. You need sleep more and more as you get older. Yeah, it's not good to push yourself. Yeah, well, these will be up on YouTube later, and now without any copyright complaints, unless I start like humming popular songs or something like that. Then, yep, YouTube channel Merrick Taraki. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is neat. And I also another thing while I'm on the topic of YouTube that I'm going to do is like try to repeat the questions people are asking or the statements people are making if I'm going to address them, because for some like strange reason on YouTube, the comments from the Periscope comments don't show up. I have no idea why that is. Like on the recording that I save afterwards, which I think is super bizarre. I don't know how exactly that works, because they still show in the replays if you play the replay through the app, through the Periscope app. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean I know it's got to be the app, but that kind of surprised me. I figured like that it would be embedded into the video somehow. And maybe they'll do that eventually. I have a lot of hope for the future of this app, because it seems very successful, and there's so much potential, and there's so many like things they can improve that I just really hope they keep improving it. Yeah, somebody, Lucid Rose, I believe. I'm sorry if I get your username wrong. Mentioned that they're drawing at the same time that I'm drawing alongside me, and that is really cool. Like, technology is amazing. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you're thinking about it in like a smart way, whereas I'm just like, ooh, why don't I do that? So therein lies my fallacy that I wasn't being smart. And sometimes if I was just more smart, I would be more successful, I think, at whatever I'm trying to do. I'm kind of rambling. Sorry. Probably going to ramble a little bit at first until I get used to trying to fill the space with chat. Oh yeah, I mean petals are like not only really fun to draw from and leaves, fun to draw from like different angles and like curling in the wind and stuff like that, but they are really great for filling space when you don't otherwise know what to fill it with. And somebody asked about pens that work well with watercolors, and most of the technical pens that I mentioned, and those are like Sakura Microns, Faber-Castell Pitt pens, Copic fine liners, I think they're called, multi-liners. Like these guys. I have a pretty extensive collection, but like any um, technical pen like this normally has like a pigment ink, like it says on there, and they'll normally say if they're waterproof or water resistant. You always want waterproof, and if you're drawing with the Copic liners, the multi-liners, these work great under watercolors, under Copic markers, anything like that, and the Pitt pens as well. I really like those. I like the Pitt pens. I think they have. I like the tip sizes a little bit better because, like, with each of the brand of technical pens, the tips are all a little bit different in like what they're made of and how ink flows through them and stuff. And like that stuff can make a pretty big difference if you're used to using that kind of pen. Like it can be a really noticeable change. So it's good to, like, if you aren't sure which one you like, to like buy the same size, like buy like a like a 0.2 of each brand. They're only $3 or $4 or at least of a couple brands, and try them on different papers, and you can test them with watercolors and stuff, and see which ones you like because they're all a little bit different. And I think I've used most of the brands, and it's kind of a toss-up for me between the Pitt pens and the Kuretake mangaka pens, which are these guys. And these ones are really similar to Pitt pens. They're very, very similar. They're actually a lot harder to find, and harder to find in like a set of black ones. But they've got a line quality really similar to the Copics, a little bit, a really, really great weight to them, and work really well with watercolor and Copics. I like them because they're a little bit like scratchier. And if you have listened to me talk about art for more than like 5 minutes at a time, you know I like really scratchy stuff. But if you aren't able to find them, they can be hard to find even online. If you aren't able to find those, the Faber-Castell Pitt pens are very, very similar, and a really good alternative if you can't find them. They're Kuretake Zig mangaka pens, technical pens. If your fountain pen is bleeding a lot, somebody mentioned that. It can be the type of paper you're using. Fountain pens usually have a very heavy ink flow compared to other pens because of the nature of how they work. And if you're using a thin paper, your fountain pen will bleed like crazy. And that's actually really interesting. You can see where like that gray is grabbing like a fingerprint, like the oil from a fingerprint. Like the smallest, most unsuspecting things will affect your art. It's kind of like crazy to discover sometimes. Yeah, if your fountain pen is bleeding a lot, try different papers. Try thicker papers with more tooth. Thicker papers with more tooth will bleed less because there's more. The paper isn't as smooth, so there are more spaces in the paper for the ink to seep into rather than spreading out, which is what happens when it bleeds. And like it's called feathering when you see those little like spidery lines come off the ink. And that just generally means that the paper you're using is too thin, or that there's too much ink flowing out of your pen. And whereas some fountain pens are adjustable with like the feed. If you adjust the feed to have less ventilation, which basically means the feed should be shorter, less of the feed vents will be showing, then less ink will come out because it's venting like less air into the chamber, and ink flow is directly proportional to the amount of air going in. Science or something. So there's a lot of like variables to think about when you're doing the arts. And that's all just, that's where like that practicing comes in, trying different things and experimenting a lot. That's how you learn all these like crazy little stuff. And actually on this drawing, I was using a very like wet fountain pen that spits out a lot of ink, and you may not be able to see it, but like there's in like the heavier spots there's feathering, which is those little spidery lines coming off that. And this is thinner paper compared to what I normally use, So that's why that's happening. So yeah, did just a little gratuitous sketchbook drawing in there. Fun stuff. It's a really, really great pen. Man, I love this pen. Like, just the line quality on that is like, love it. Love it. Alright, so we're gonna do some more of those like little comic book drawings I was doing. Thank you. It's so nice. Yeah, and I'm gonna pop open another beer here. Drinking some Saturday Night beers. Yeah. Thank you. I like drawing strong women. I like strong women. I'm gonna find that pen. I'm gonna look for it. So give me a moment while I find it. There it is. I'm reaching into my lovely bag of tricks here. And that's only like a small fraction. Just so much stuff. This is the one I've drawn with before. It's another Kuretake pen, a Zig Rider pen, which you can actually find at Michael's. And for a little like porous tip, like lettering pen, it's pretty nice. Yeah, I got this really great. My sister-in-law gave it to me for my birthday. It's a like Lihit. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Lihit, and it's like a carrying bag, and it's got like a plastic insert at the bottom, so it stands up straight on my desk. So I don't have to like move all my stuff into a pencil bag if I'm gonna be taking my art on the road. It just kind of like is already in a thing. Just kind of like take it with me, which is super convenient. It's Lihit Smart Fit bag. I got it. I think she got it on JetPens.com. JetPens has a lot of really great like bags and cases and stuff for you to carry your stuff in. And yeah, like I have all sorts of drawers and like desk organizers and stuff like full of pens, but this is where I keep like my essentials. And let's see, like what do I feel like drawing? I mean, we were talking about strong women, so I might just draw some more women's, because that's always good. I've been drawing some fun mutant monsters, so I might draw a fun mutant monster too. I'm probably just gonna do one of each. So I'll start with a mutant monster, because I don't draw that stuff enough, and it's actually like next to just like figures. I just really like drawing like gross, mutated beast things. So yeah, because I've actually been practicing drawing them again for my comic book. So we'll do some of that. Bumoji pens, yes. Also Kuretake. And I've used those before. They're called brush pens, and they have some that are actual like fiber tip brushes that are like an actual brush. And they also have some that are like a felt tip, and they have pens that are actually very similar to this one. That's considered they call it a brush pen, but it's like an extra fine tip brush pen. It's very similar to this like porous tip thing. It's a great pen for drawing. Like you get like really, really varied lines out of them, and it's a great like all-purpose pen. I actually have one of the brush pens. They look like this, Kuretake Bumoji, and this one, like I said, is an actual like brush, but they do make some more like firmer tip ones that aren't like the separate fibers. I don't know exactly like what they're constructed out of. And yeah, if you guys didn't see, I am trying to sell a sketchbook right now, and I do sell my original sketchbooks, and they're kind of spendy. But if you're interested, let me know. They're 60-page Stillman and Burns sketchbooks, very high quality sketchbooks. They're 60 pages, but I fill them front and back, so it's like 120 pages of like actual drawings. I sell them for $3.50, and I kind of came to that number by talking with a couple people who have sold sketchbooks before, and like kind of gauging how I value like my time and effort, and that's like a pretty good number that I feel is not only a good deal, but a good deal for both parties involved, I guess. And maybe I'll do some of that. Maybe I'll just do some flipping through my sketchbook. I always like doing that because I'm pretty much done with it. And the other thing I do to like get people interested in buying it is at the end of my sketchbook I save the last 10 pages for the buyer to make requests. So basically you get like 10 mini commissions in the sketchbook. You can request anything you want. And the people who have purchased my sketchbooks have absolutely like loved that. And like even have trouble narrowing it down to like 10 things they want to see me draw. And a lot of times it's stuff that I wouldn't normally draw, so it's like really great. It's really great for me to like draw stuff I wouldn't normally draw. And yeah. So I know that's a lot of money, and I know, a lot of people aren't going to be able to afford that. And because of that, I also am going to scan this sketchbook and sell it for probably like $3 or $4 as probably $3 for this one as like a digital, so you can download like the high-res scans of the entire sketchbook. Yeah, and I guess I should probably do this. If you're triggered by gore or body horror, or like just generally don't like that kind of stuff, be warned, because I am going to be drawing some pretty gory stuff here. And specifically body horror. Body horror is like my favorite thing in the entire world. I love it. I love it. And you wonder why The Thing is my favorite movie. I mean, you don't wonder, because that's exactly why. This is just like the greatest body horror ever. Yeah, and if you like that kind of stuff, my comic book is going to feature plenty of body horror. I hope you don't mean like that movie, the Human Centipede, like that movie. I actually didn't see it, and I don't think I really want to. I probably will. Somebody will probably make me watch it at some point. But that's just like kind of, I think, over the top for me. So I think I was kind of going for more of like a canine kind of look. Somebody asked if it was a cat. I was intending it to be more canine look, but it does look fairly feline. So sure, yeah. I mean, either or. A lot of the anthropomorphic species in my comic book are like not. A lot of them are like. You will be able to tell that they are directly based off of like a specific species or something, but a lot of them are more kind of combinations, or like different, like something different that you may not have like seen before, or like couldn't strictly be called like a dog or a cat. Simply because I want to explore the idea of like the story takes place on like an entire planet of anthropomorphized animals. you know, I imagine that in the evolutionary process in that planet, there would be more deviations than the animals that we're used to on Earth. The comic book that I'm talking about it's going to be like, I'm probably going to do it like kind of like episodic style, like do pretty much like chapters, which are going to be like 30, probably between like 30 or 45 pages, which is like pretty much the length of like a normal comic book. But I might even, I'm pretty much, I haven't really settled on how I'm going to produce it. I'm definitely going to be selling it digitally first. Probably, like I said, in like 45-page collections for like $2 or $3. And then once I get like a good amount to do like a like a short paperback or a small paperback, then I'll collect it all together and sell it in a physical book. If I have the resources, I'll probably even do more than that and make like like actual comic books, like comic book length comic books to sell. It kind of just depends on how things go and how successful my Patreon is. And everybody on my Patreon will be able to see the digital pages for free. There are reward tiers that'll, if you pay, like pledge extra per month, then you'll get physical versions of everything, or you'll get like super special like exclusive hardcover versions, which I won't probably be making available to the general public. So if you want to check that out, it's and I don't have any pages up yet. I haven't actually started producing it yet, but I'm doing a lot of like the development work, all character concepts, writing. That's the stage I'm in right now. So if you want to see that stuff, you can pretty much only see it on my Patreon, which is patreon.com/mjaraki. And you can find me there and look at check out all the rewards you can get. I do like postcard rewards and like giveaways and stuff like that. So if you're interested in knowing more about my comic projects, and you can check that out. And I'd be super thankful, even if you decide not to pledge or anything like that, like spread the word. If you have friends that like comics or anthropomorphic stuff or body horror, any combination of those things. Yeah. And like I get that a lot. And like you guys, are always like retweeting and plugging my stuff, and I super appreciate it. Oh yeah, I like drawing. I like drawing this kind of stuff. And it's all going to be prevalent in my comic books. It's totally a passion project. It's like what I want to do more than anything else. And the more support I get from you guys, monetary and otherwise, the more I'm able to focus on my passion projects rather than other stuff that just pays the bills. And I really want to make that as prevalent as possible. That it's not just like spending money for me. That it's all going towards me and my family's livelihood, and that directly affects how much time I'm able to devote to comics. And it's honestly worthwhile going to my Patreon page just because there's a lot of stuff for free too. I don't have it all locked behind a pay gate where you have to be a patron to see everything. Like there's a lot of stuff up there too that you can like download and stuff, like some drawings that are like like perfect size for like phone backgrounds and stuff. Because most of the stuff I post on my like Twitter and Instagram like isn't really high resolution, so people who go to my Patreon to find the things that are free or pledge to get the exclusive stuff, like that's all the high res stuff, and that's the same with my art books too. When you buy my art books off of Gumroad, they're all high res as well, and I encourage people to use them however they see fit. Whether it be like a lot of people buy them to practice coloring, because I do mostly line work. So people like to use it, you know, like as essentially like coloring books. You don't have to, so you can practice coloring without thinking of something to draw first, which I guess a lot of people liked. I'm not really super worried about putting high-res stuff on the web. That's what the comment was. Am I worried about putting high-res stuff on the web? I've had very few incidents where my work has been claimed as someone else's or stolen or, you know, used on like a print website. And I think I'm lucky for that. Like, I know some people who have gone through some like pretty serious stuff. And I think that's kind of just like an inevitability. And I think it doesn't really matter if you put high-res stuff online or not. Like, I'd rather take the risk and put stuff up that, you know, you guys will enjoy, my fans will enjoy, than, you know, not do that for the sake of somebody taking it. Because, like, the reality is, to me, at least the way I see it, is if somebody steals my work or uses it in a way that I don't give permission, then I will handle that. And you best believe I will handle it. And that's okay. Like, that, I think that's part of it. And yeah, I don't want to put giant watermarks on my stuff either, because I feel like that takes away from people's enjoyment. Because whenever I feel, and this is just me personally, if you do this, it's by no means criticizing you in any way, because I totally understand why people do it. But when I see like huge watermarks across the art, I'm like always like kind of disappointed in a way. Like, it just immediately like takes something away from the work for me. And it's totally not the artist's fault. But I would prefer to give you guys the best of what I got and take that risk. Because I feel like it's a hazard that comes with the territory. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, Sam. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. A lot of these things, if I make like jokes and stuff that are relevant to comics, I'm not gonna like try to explain it for the sake of people watching on YouTube, because it's like you had to be there. Nobody likes the you had to be there joke. Jeez. Yeah, and you know, it's just a reality. It's just a reality. It happens. Stuff's gonna get stolen. Like, I don't even, like, honestly get mad. Like, I've had a few people on Instagram, like, straight up trace my stuff and post it and, like, not tag me. And, like, if you want to trace my stuff, do it all day long. If you want to post it, but, like, put my name on it. Because, I mean, like, tracing it, yeah, you're doing it yourself, but, like, I made the original drawing, and I feel like, you know, it'd be cool to just be like, hey, I traced this drawing that Merrick drew. And I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. Like, you know. But if you put it up there and, like, you know, don't make any mention of the person that did the original drawing, it's kind of like what do you? I don't understand it. I'm not going to try to comment because I don't get it. So I mean, I don't know. It's strange to me. It's happened a couple times, but I don't think I've ever been like straight up mean until the person is like, well, like, what's the big deal? And then I'll be like, all right, mister, like, let me tell you what the big deal is. But for the most part, I'm like pretty nice about it. That's great. That's great. Thank you. I'm glad that that my work is inspirational to you in that way. That really like makes me happy. Because that's what I want. Like, I don't want you guys to think that like I'm like some crazy miser that is like, you know, hoarding all of my work. Because that is not what I want at all. I want to like share it. I want you guys to enjoy it. Because it's not totally uncommon for somebody to, you know, like copy an old master charcoal drawing and say, oh, I did this, you know, like this study of this artist, you know, like Michelangelo or Da Vinci or whatever, like I did this Da Vinci study. But like then, you know, go on somebody's Instagram and copy their work and essentially it's doing a study if you copy it without tracing it. And, you know, not make any mention of it. It's strange to me. Like, it just feels like it comes with the territory of studying someone else's work, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to be ashamed of saying, like, hey, like, I attempted to copy this person's work. It's for the sake of learning. It's weird, man. It's weird. So I offer high-resolution versions of my work up for that purpose. And I even mention it on many of my art book descriptions on Gumroad that, like, I encourage you to use it however you see fit for color practice or phone backgrounds or whatever. Like, go at it. And I think it's a pretty natural thing to copy, especially when you're younger and, like, learning as an artist. I would, back in the days of, like, Nintendo 64, like, I had, like, the box inserts, like the little box pamphlets from, like, Jet Force Gemini that had, like, pictures of the characters in it, and I would get tracing paper and trace over the pictures and, like, you know, like, all that stuff. And I think that's just, like, a natural part of learning to draw is copying other people's works who are more advanced than you, or, like, further along in their career. Like, it's a great way to learn. Yeah, it's different when somebody copies it. That's not considered, you know, and copies it and sells it. Like, that's not studying. Like, there's a fine line, there is a fine line, and the fine line is like, whether it's for the purpose of learning or for the purpose, for selfish means. Like, you know, trying to make money off of it. You know what I mean? And, like, that's not good. That's not good for the person doing it or the person it's happening to, you know? It's not good for anybody. So this is a super weird, creepy, mutated animal thing. That, like, it's kind of weird. It's like things coming out of everywhere, but it's fun to draw. Fun to draw that kind of stuff. But yeah, the rule is, like, give credit. You know, somebody worked hard to create something, and, like, even if you're just like posting you know, an image of someone's actual drawing, like, on Tumblr or something, it's frustrating when people say, "Oh, I couldn't find the artist," because, like, it's fine if you couldn't find the artist when you, like, legitimately tried, but, like, you could pop a drawing into Google image search, or reverse image search, or whatever it's called, which is, you know, free on Google, and 95% of the time I guarantee you'll find the artist. Like, it's really not that hard. But if you legitimately tried and couldn't find it, then, like, that's cool. I mean, sometimes the internet is a crazy place, and things come from strange places, and you never know, really. But, yeah, you gotta try. Because it's important to the person that made that, you know. Alright, we're gonna do another one of these. And I'll show you, like, a little bit more close up of that creepy dude. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry, rambling. It's like kind of an interesting subject. Yeah, I think you should. I think, you know, like, it's a risk putting yourself out there, as with anything else, but it's a risk that's worth taking for the sake of putting your stuff out there and for the enjoyment of your viewership. So yeah, this is also, if you guys haven't seen it, one of my short comics. Actually, the only printed short comic I have right now. Actually, the only printed anything I have right now, which is not gonna stay this way forever. That you can find on Gumroad for purchase, and that's what I'm doing right now, is drawing little thank you sketches and all these comic books that people have purchased. And I've done like 5 or 6 of them, I think. on stream. I need to do a bunch more, but I'm trying to take my time with them and make them good and that kind of thing. Hi there. It's okay to be late. Don't worry about being late. I was late, so join the club. Sorry. I'm gonna do some more. Probably do some more body horror stuff because I actually really enjoyed that. That was really like cathartic for me. So yeah, didn't do that. Okay, so yeah, I realized I was being pretty quiet there for a second. I was thinking pretty hard. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, and thanks for coming by. Glad I could be your first. And have a great night. Have a great night. Glad you guys enjoyed that. I felt like somebody's asking what I'm doing. I felt like making some terrible joke, but I'm sure you could imagine what it would have been. But I'm not going to, just for the think of the children. That was also a really terrible joke, so I'm sorry. I'm drawing little thank you drawings in these comic books that people have bought. Just little like original sketches, because like I charge a little bit more for my work for these little things. They're $5 and up on my Gumroad for these little like 8-page comics, and that's 8 page of actual comics. There's extras and stuff. Excuse me, I had a little like frog in my throat, I guess. And because I'm charging a little bit extra, I wanted to include like something original in it, and more than just like a little like smiley face doodle, which I save for like envelope drawings and like smaller purchases and stuff. But I wanted to give you guys something to feel good about when you're spending a few extra dollars on my work. Oh man, that Patreon intro video, that is so old. That's like over a year old, which is crazy because I know like, my wife is in it and stuff, and we're like younger. It's so weird. I actually should probably make a new one. So because like, if I remember that video correctly, like, I talk about the comic like really briefly, and the comic has changed a lot, so I should probably update just for the sake of like being current. So if you're like rushing over to my Patreon right now to watch it, like probably. Oh jeez. Oh, young and naive me. Oh, where am I gonna go with this? I don't know. Body horror is always such like a fun adventure of like, what am I gonna do? You know what I haven't done for a while, which I'm actually just decided I'm gonna do, is the eyeball in the chest. That's a fun one. Yeah. I'm glad you think it's funny and not just like totally just terrible. Because I think it's just like, it's probably pretty embarrassing, but because I was like just starting my Patreon, like I had no idea what I was doing, like just blabbering on. I probably tried to record that video like 20 times. before I was like, alright, just like sit down, I'll just wing it. And I was just tired of doing it, to be honest. With any luck, if you're watching this on YouTube, then I'll have changed the video already. You'll be like, what? What are you talking about? But you guys like it so much, now I feel like I can't change it. What have you done to me? Whoever's mashing on the screen there, I'm feeling it. Loving the hearts. Yeah, it's kind of fun, I guess, to watch, because if you've ordered one of these and you don't know which drawing you're going to get, they're going to be pretty much random. Like, I don't really let people choose. I think that's part of the fun, is just, like, throwing them together and seeing what you get. Oh, man. What ratio of my viewership is lemon grabs? That's terrible. I feel like if anybody does like video editing, I thought of a really funny idea actually after watching the first episode of Adventure Time with Lemon Grab in it, and it may have been done before, for somebody to take that scene from Dumb and Dumber where Lloyd says, like, hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world, and then splice in a clip of Lemon Grab doing his like scream. But I don't have any video editing skills whatsoever. So if you do, then totally do that. And just like, you can totally steal that idea. Fine with me. Because that would be super funny. Just link it to me if you do it. Yeah. Oh man, we're probably gonna be wrapping up after this one. I know I got on late, and I would like to like stream longer tonight, but I'll probably be working during the day tomorrow, so I'll probably get a good chance tomorrow to stream too. And I'll probably be streaming some like actual piecework, doing some more ink wash shading. If you were here before, I did a drawing of IG-88 from Star Wars, which I'll probably be shading tomorrow. And maybe some more of those like little postcards that I was doing too. I'll probably do some of that tomorrow. And I might do like a series of shorter streams throughout the day. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I usually try to post a notice before I'm going to stream, like say, oh, I'll be streaming around this time, or I'll be streaming in 15 minutes or something like that. So if you're wanting to check out my streams tomorrow, just look for those, because I will try to post something beforehand. Yeah, Sam. Memeing so hard right now. I wish I had the clout on the internet to like actually create and like start memes that were widely used. I don't know if you can change your username on this, to be honest. But yeah. Honestly, I have no idea what your username means or why it would be disgraceful, so I wouldn't sweat it. No, thanks. Yeah, drawing some like creepy tendrils and chest eyeballs. You know, usual stuff. Usual stuff. Oh, well, now everybody knows. I mean, you could have just like not say anything. Like no one would ever know. Now you revealed to us your secret. Honestly, I'd say just like own it. Like yeah, it's a boy band. Hey, thank you. I saw that flat. I didn't really read the whole comment about.
Bye.
Bye. Are you going to bed?
I don't know. I'm looking stuff up on the internet.
So no.
What are you drawing?
You know, usual. Obviously. Say hi to my wife, everybody. She's hovering over me. Like trying to act like she's not here, I think. When you guys all clearly heard her.
I'm fake. Hello, fake wife.
Glad you guys remember that. Nobody believes you exist.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, I could be just like playing a very intricately planned like audio recording.
Oh, wow. You could make me sound sexier.
Yeah, but I want to make it believable. I could feel that bad look. I could feel it. That was the
How
wrong
long
thing
have
to
you
say.
been married?
Oh shoot. I'm kidding. Like 20 years?
Yeah, right.
I'm 25.
You're lucky
It was
if you make
arranged.
it to 20.
You're distracting me.
Am I?
No, not really. I just didn't know what to draw on that love handle part there.
He
Yeah.
lives in the doghouse.
It's
He's
actually-
just trying to act hard.
It's actually pretty cozy.
That's all you get.
Whatever.
Those are beautiful nipples.
Well, you know. I could have said something like really awful and embarrassing there, but I'm
Okay.
just not going to do that.
You make it look so easy.
If only it were easy.
It's not.
No, it's pretty easy.
Wait.
And everybody stopped watching. Like, wow, he's actually an asshole. You really are hovering, though.
So? I can't hover?
No, it's like, you're... like, I can feel you.
You can feel me breathing?
Yeah.
Now you know how I feel.
What do you mean?
When you hover on me. Ugh.
Oh, man. Are you just, like, actually watching me draw, or do you need something?
No.
'Cause
If
we
I
need-
needed something, I would have been like, "Meh."
Oh, that's what... I mean, yeah, I know. You wouldn't have even bothered to get up if you needed
No, I wouldn't. That's why I'm, "Meh."
You guys would just hear it from the other room, just, like, squawking my name. I ate more cake.
You ate more cake?
Yeah, I did. I ate your cake, though.
Oh, was it better?
Yes, it was better,
My cake
actually.
is always good.
And everybody learned just then that I can't make porn music.
I need you to buy me some things.
So you did need something. You did need something.
I was being nice first,
oh
okay?
my gosh.
I'm practicing
You
being
actually
nice.
had me going.
Did
You
I?
actually had me going. Oh man.
I'm getting good at lying. Can I send you a list? A small list?
Why don't you just do it like you normally do?
Because it's for my birthday and I want you to surprise me with the things that I want.
You want me to surprise you with the things you're telling me you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I mean
I will be surprised.
that's a pretty normal thing, but like if you want to just get it, it's cool too.
Well, I'm trying to be romantic with myself.
Well, at least it's something.
Do you at least tell people why you don't post photos of us?
What? No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I thought it was like...
So for those of you listening, I'm a marriage and family therapist, and I don't want any of my clients to come and murder my husband or son, so we try and keep it on the DL.
Well, I mean, we did until like 5 seconds ago.
Well, I mean, you can try and look me up, but you won't find me on social media.
Which, I mean, just like more enforces the idea that she's potentially fake.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
What is it that person that met me was like?
No, Chris Burnham, yeah, he did. He wasn't convinced you were real. He, like,
I don't think he was when he met me either. He was like, "Are you sure?" This is a real person.
That's my fake wife, everybody.
I think I am.
You are, yeah. They're actually just mentioning that it's like a super old video. Because that's when I first started my Patreon, and I've been running it for a long time now.
Super old.
Yeah.
Doctored video. I like this guy.
I know, well...
Screen. Excellent. Merrick's not that talented. That's my mother.
Shushing me over here. I'm just getting good night. I'm getting all sorts of...
I never got your cat. What, Pooji? Wait, I don't know where she's at. I'll get her. Can I stream Pooji?
I mean, if you want to try to, like... If you want to try to, like, jam her face under the camera, you can.
I'm gonna...
Because I'm not going to move the camera.
Find her first.
Okay, well, she's probably being fat somewhere. I mean, I will, so you guys can see her. She'll hate it, but she's actually trying to go find her. That's hilarious. So this is what happens when I stream after we have a party. Hope you guys are enjoying that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I hear her. She's coming.
I'm not squawking. You're not a bird, you're a cat.
It's her natural state.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move my drawing, so
No.
this is gonna be...
Okay, move.
Here, give me kitty. Give me kitty. Oh my god, she's so heavy.
Wait, you have to see how beautiful her face is.
Hello. Say hi.
No, Pooji, you're not looking at the screen.
Say hi,
oh,
kitty.
the Pooji.
Say hi. Yes.
Pooji. Okay, bye.
My beautiful kitty. Say bye, kitty. Bye.
Come here.
Give her some catnip or something. She deserves it after that.
You're so well behaved.
Oh, okay. Gotta love that cat. It's like the fattest cat ever.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend to go to sleep and send you things I want.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Love you.
Bye, everybody. Big bone. She is not big bone. Oh.
She's big everything. Oh, too good. I mean, but like, it's totally like, she could totally be fake. Fake wife could totally be fake, because like I was telling you to cover my tracks that I don't have any video editing skills. But if that video was doctored, then I would have doctored. You see what it's like, misdirection? Man, I was like digging a bigger hole for myself. Yeah, this is like horribly mutated monster lady with like, you know, totally normal stuff going on with her chest. I mean, so yeah, that's probably going to be pretty much it for tonight. I don't think I can top the cat mashed under the camera, so it's probably best to just cut it off here. Sorry for getting on late tonight. I will be streaming tomorrow throughout the day, and check my Instagram, Tumblr, and or Twitter for the announcements of like when that's going to happen and like a heads up of when it will happen. Those are the 3 places I post it. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun, and thanks for stopping by. And I hope to see you next time. I actually had a lot of fun too. And those will be some like really fancy camera tricks if I was like editing in the cat. And those are actually my wife's hands, so also fancy camera tricks. So yeah, until next time, which is tomorrow. See you guys later. I hope you have a great night.